Hi, everybody. I'm Sherrita C W Delacruz, and this is the Figures of Speech Talkcast powered by Blast Music 24/7, Blast Media Networks, Esoterica Entertainment. Tonight, we have a new talent on the rise. We're just going to bring her on in, Miss Edwina Gray.
Hi there, Figures of Speech. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to answer whatever questions you may have. I love that it's open forum because sometimes I feel like I learn something about myself when it's that way.
That's right. It's the best way to go so we can let the public know all about you. Let's start with where are you from? Where are you from, Edwina?
Well, I am from Fort Worth, Texas. Yes. So I'm in the DFW Metroplex.
All right. And you went to school there and everything?
Yes, I went to high school, elementary, middle. I went to college in California.
Okay. And at what point in your life did you realize that you had a talent for singing?
Well, oddly enough, it's so crazy because it seems like something so like minor, but like I just gravitated to it. So when I was in kindergarten, we had a substitute teacher. And she must have been into music herself because it was not music class. But she still had us to sing a song as a class, I guess, to grab our attention. And
Right.
I was like, singing along with whatever she told us to sing. And she started walking closer and closer to where I was. And she was just like, oh, little girl, you can sing. And even though I didn't know what that meant at that age, it made me feel like seen. It like me, like so. I just remember my dad picked me up. I kid you not. That day when he picked me up, I said, "Daddy, I want to sing at church on Sunday." So it was literally like so like anybody like any but somebody else that could have just passed through them, but for me it was just like I can, okay, let me see who else think that, so I that's when.
All right. And so you sang at church at the beginning, and then how did that go with church? And then tell us what happened from church on as far as your rise in talent and singing.
Yes. So yes, like many people, I did start out singing in church, and it was just such a connectedness that you could feel with people and with God. That for me, that just edified it even more. I feel like I can help someone when I'm singing, and I also did music in school. Like I was in theater. I actually would do competitions because like after singing in church for so long, like my mom would like I'll be singing around the house. She'd be like, "You don't want to look up somewhere where other people hear you sing," and I'm like, "Oh, well, I didn't even have an idea that there how to go about that because at that time there was no American Idols, there was
Right.
nothing of that nature. So I'm like, hmm. So I started researching on the internet, and the opportunities were truly few and far between then. And I stumbled up on a competition, and it was in Florida, and we were in Texas, and I now know so much more about how those type of things go. But at that time, it still was just a step in the right direction. And I went out there for music, but they also had dance and acting and all these other kind of like auxiliaries. And my dad was like, "Well, if you're gonna go out there, you better try out for them." For them all, like you going to a whole nother state for this, and so
Right.
I actually ended up winning a prize out of 5,000 kids in acting. And so it just ended up making me become like a theater kid then, like where I was combining them. But after so long of combining them, I ended up obviously I have a career in marketing, so I segued way off. But as far as the music journey, I still love acting and the power of theater, but my first love was music, just itself. So,
Got you. And so you said you went to school for music. Did you go to college in California for music, or was that for the marketing?
and when I say school, I sang in school.
Oh, okay.
As far as like I went to school for PR and marketing though, so I didn't get to, study music in school or theater in school because my dad was just like a stickler. He was like, no, you're not gonna go to school. If you love that, you'll figure it out outside of college. So that's exactly what I
Yeah.
did.
That's a lot of parents. They want to make sure that we have that foundation, as far as going to college and getting the degree that's going to put us in a position to make money to be able to support ourselves. Sadly, a lot of times people don't have the belief in the arts that the creatives do. Mm-hmm. But, thankfully, you have been able to keep your passion up for music and go further with it. So you went to college, you started working in your field. What opportunities came around for you to be able to sing and eventually get involved with the company that represents you?
So there was I would say, a gap of a sort. When I was in California, I would audition. So that was a part of like music culture there, like just kind of like a lot of auditioning and, some performances here and there, but that was like nowhere near it. It was no longer a focus, but it was a part of my daily life, whether it was in the shower, in the car, on the way to work. I mean, I sang so much that like the president of the company I worked for at the time, if I didn't sing, he would be like, hey, Edwina, what's going on here? I'm like, sorry, I was focusing on work. But
Right.
so yes. So there was a breach in time where it just wasn't the full focus of my life anymore. So I was blessed to be able to loop back to it during COVID-19. The world stood still. I mean,
That's right.
I had built a beautiful career in marketing. Like upon my return to Texas and prior to coming to Texas, I was able to kind of like begin a collaborative effort with my sister, and I became her marketing director. And, so there was still so much beauty in the whole marketing thing. It was for my benefit. It was for my good, because I feel like I feel empowered to do the things that I'm doing now because of that knowledge. So I've just a note to, because I feel like it's gonna feel like it's such a gaps if I don't speak more to the marketing, because that is kind of like a huge chunk of it. But yeah. Yes. So during COVID, I got to just reevaluate a lot. I thought that my business was gonna have some troubles, because the world was just like, we all were holding on to our pocketbooks. During that time, my business actually tripled because everybody was trying to figure out how they were gonna pivot from their job. So it just, something about that era just gave me the freedom to sing more. I got on the Voicey app. I don't know where it is now, but I gained a following there. I got to collaborate with producers because they would upload beats and singers would write songs to them. And, it was just like this huge community of like singers. And that was something I had never, ever like attempted to do. So from that point, I was like, this is really fun. I really, really miss this. And like after COVID-19 was over, I was blessed to be invited by world-renowned vocal clinician Delisa to be a part of the branding leg of her platform, Develop the Artist Within You in Atlanta, Georgia. And so again, me and my marketing hat, I went down there and I helped like several budding artists who love to sing. And it just brought me closer and closer to like, if they can do it, I can do it. I can do it, right? I want to do it. Like I want to give it a go. They're believing in themselves every day. It's not easy. I can do it too. So just going out there and helping them like really created an additional spark in me. I feel like that was a long-winded answer, but I didn't know where to stop. But it's just so much.
No, I mean, that's the thing. We want to know the history and all your experiences. It seems like you being involved in marketing, which is a people-driven industry, got you in line with a whole plethora of opportunities. So are you still in marketing now?
Yes. And that's something that I want to be like a really, really known thing, because when I first started to, come out with singing clips or just performing, clients or prospects would hit me up and say, are you still doing marketing? We see you're doing music. I'm like, I am doing both. That is a goal of mine. My business is Lady in the Red Dress, PR and marketing agency. And the red stands for Realize Every Dream. I wake up every single day wanting to be a multi-hyphenate businesswoman. Like, I know I can continue to scale my marketing business. I can continue to be my sister's marketing director, and we can be the duo that we are, Nikki Cloud and the Key Team. And I can also pursue music. I also was recently appointed as the head of marketing and A&R for a label by the name of the Space Tunes, and they are backed and funded by the Orchard, which is backed by Sony Music. So
I'm familiar with the Orchard. So wow, that's good. That's good. You have a good organization of people that you're working with, including a major label with Sony. So what are you gonna do going forward as far as the music is concerned? I see that with your, I got your EPK, and Lady in the Red Dress is growing by leaps and bounds on the PR side and on the music side. Do you have people that you work with specifically about music? Because the production on the tracks that we have is amazing. And do you work with just a specific group of people, or are you willing to work with other people?
I will, to be honest, again, I always have my marketing hat on. I am still at a point in my career where I'm into exploration. I don't know what the perfect sound is. I am in love with my current project. I just feel so blessed to have completed a body of work that even when I get in the car, I want to hear it. You know what I mean? Because I did not feel that way about my last project. So I feel amazing about this, but I'm still interested in seeing how I sound with different people. Coming up, my next project will be with the Space Tunes. It'll be the first one that's in that kind of like, ecosystem. My previous one was with Legacy, which was a kind of like production company. So I'm interested to see how my sound evolves.
Got you. And so would you consider it more R&B? Because I hear some pop in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Want to be bound to one type of genre, or do you want it to just really like, say, I can do anything. I can sing any type of genre.
Well, I will tell you, in my heart of hearts, I love all different styles, all different types. I want to literally go there creativity wise with all different sounds, but I respect greats, like, you know. So at some point, I'm hoping to be able to do a pop ballad era, which we all know Whitney Houston was the queen of a pop ballad. Adele, you know, does pop ballads. So I would love to get into that space because I love to bring the drama a little bit. I guess that's where the acting comes. Like, give me a heartbreak like song, like give me something to dig my, you know, emotions into.
Right. And so what would you consider your space? Are you alto, soprano, or do you fluctuate between both?
Well, honestly, if I could stay an alto all the time, I probably would, because one of my like good music colleagues, he's always telling me, you just want to sing the easiest, like whatever. But from what I understand, I'm more of a mezzo soprano. So my sweet spot is actually a nice amount higher than I like to sing comfortably. So a little bit in between.
They like to bring you out of your comfort zone whenever you're singing.
Yes.
Got you. So we know that you have a passion for singing. You want to sing many genres. You said you really, really are in love with your last project. Could you tell us the name of that project and tell us what influenced the songwriting, and did you write those songs?
Okay, so my last project is the one that I'm keeping in my past. Like, you know, if you stumble upon it, that's between you and you. My current project, the one I just released, is the one I'm in love with. Okay, I'm like, no one look that one up. But
we don't. If you don't want to talk about that one, that's fine. We can definitely stay with the current one because that's the one we want people to pay attention to, that you're most proud of, right?
Thank you. So my current project is Terms and Conditions. I am proud of that. It's 4 songs, and they're paralleled with 4 clauses that affirm what I found to be a social observation. So I've noticed. I'm sorry.
Would that be like the 4 agreements? There's a book out called The 4 Agreements. Would it be something like that, or?
You know, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what they specifically are. But it could be. It could have some type of parallel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, these are your 4 things in regard to the terms and conditions of Edwina Gray, right?
Yes. So essentially, so there's 4 clauses. My social observation ended up being that in life, in love, and in business, that things have become so contractual, no matter what. And I decided that that's not the worst thing under the sun. The worst thing under the sun is not knowing the terms and the conditions. That's the worst. Not knowing what you're signing up for. I thought I was getting that, but I got that. Whoa. See, if you read the fine prints, you would have known what you were getting yourself into. So
that's really clever, and I love it. Because everything does seem like it has, like, I'm gonna let you go ahead, because that really just hit me right here for real.
Oh,
business, all these terms and conditions. Do you know the fine print?
Yes, like whether it's you met a guy and you know he looked a certain way on paper, if he had established his terms and conditions, or somebody could have not signed on the dotted line, you know, but because those things are, you know, muddled, then we just walk into these things and we don't even know what we signed up for. You know, it's the same in business. If you don't review that contract, you'll be in an icky situation. So, hey, if it's contractual, it's fine. It's fine if it's contractual. Just let me know what my terms and conditions are, so I can know what I'm signing up for, and I can show up. Yeah.
How I need to show up, because if these terms and conditions are like this, I know how to come. But That is brilliant.
Thank you.
So what are the four songs? You said it's 4 songs, right?
Yes.
What are the names of the songs?
So the leading track is Straight Line. The second track is Time. The third track is Celebration. And the fourth track is Watching Us.
All right. So from these titles, it sounds like you got down to business with somebody in Straight Line, right?
Yep. Yes, it's a unique little twist. It's like basically about a girl or a woman, a lady rather, who does not really buy into the most common love narrative. Like, so she doesn't buy into any of his guiles for her. She's just like, whatever, this is all games. And then so finally, like, a guy who just made her put all of that aside came into her life, and she used to kind of being like not caring what you say. Now I'm willing to listen. I'm a submit. I'm a abide by what you would like me to abide by. I'm walking the straight line. Look, you know, you good enough to make me walk the straight line. I'll behave. So that's what that song is about.
And there's nothing like that when we're women and we find what we need that make us feel that way. What they call the soft girl era.
Yes.
That soft girl era. It's like I'm in my soft girl era, if you want to put a term to it. I absolutely can identify with Straight Line. Like, I'm just gonna do what I'm supposed to do because I'm married. So yes. I'm in covenant with my husband, and it's really like being in covenant is like, what are the terms and conditions? But these terms and conditions are kind of like the word of God, right? Yeah. And so I got to that's some real serious terms and conditions right there.
Yeah. Okay, look, that's another layer on top of the layer. Okay, we can turn this into a sermon too.
Okay. Absolutely. So with Celebration, was that kind of like, and I know you said Time was the second one, but we're going to play Time in just a moment. I just wanted you to kind of describe the others, and then we'll have a moment to arrive at the visualizer for Time. With Celebration, is that you? What is that? I could take that as a title, like you're celebrating that you are walking the straight line, or?
Well, so Celebration is basically about putting in the work in life and then reaping the benefits. And oftentimes when you arrive to what the hard work produced success, you're no longer willing to accept the things that you used to accept. So that's why I love, like, I have 2 features. I have 2 features on there, Sunshine the Singer and Agape. And I feel super blessed, like, just to be able to have a song that really speaks. You don't find that as much these days, where a song speaks to the kind of like a body of people at large, like, so a working class, like, you know, if you've been working hard all week, you deserve to celebrate. You know, so it's encouraging, like on your way to work, like, you know, you can celebrate life. It could empower you to work harder. It could notify yourself that you are past what once broke you. You know, it's time to, like, you know, celebrate your life. It's time to celebrate making the decision to choose yourself. Like, so it just speaks in a very broad way, and that's what I love about it.
Got you. And that's kind of an up-tempo feel as well with this particular track. When I heard it, that's what I got from it.
Yes.
And so with Watching Us, that's kind of the romantic thing. You want to share your love with everyone, and you want people to watch you enjoy yourself.
Yes, and it's a kind of like a layered message. So essentially, it's about a couple who they are the life of the party, so people are always watching them anyway. But people love to see your rise and your fall, so they love us when we're dancing, but they also are whispering about us as soon as they see us arguing in the street, you know. So it's about like the outward world looking into something and not knowing dynamics fully enough. Like, you can't judge this woman marriage. You can't judge nothing really, because you're not in it. So anything, you're watching us. So it's funny because the verses are speaking to the drama of the relationship between the partners, and then the choruses are speaking to oh, well, what of it? Let them watch. Like, you know, we love each other. You know, this is not domestic. Sometimes this is ego. We're working through some things, but you know, we're just going, we're gonna decide to make it through, basically. So I love that because it is multi-layered in that way where it feels fun, but it's actually really deep. Like, so.
And that's what I got from that one when I said, you're in a relationship, someone's watching you, and you're loving the fact that people are watching you. I got to go back and listen to that track again for the message in the when you said that in the hook, but in the verses, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that track, because I think a lot of times when we're in good relationships or we got our good thing, you know, people are checking for us to see if, you know, there's gonna be a rise and fall or what's going on.
Because they want to see you win, but they waiting for you to lose too. It's a weird thing. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like if y'all make it through, that's love. If y'all don't, I already knew. Did you see how he did this? So it's all tea, and it's for the fodder of human consumption. So that's why when you are in those relationships that you feel secure, like, long as no one's putting their hands on you, like, long as you're not receiving treatment that you don't deem valuable, you just gotta let them watch.
That's right. Oh, that is so loaded. And there's so many messages in these songs. We've arrived at a point where we can actually go ahead and check out time. Tell us a little bit about it before we get into it.
Yes. So time is about a woman who is really into this guy. He claims he's really into her, but somehow they just can't get on the same page about time. She wants more of his time. He is dedicating his time to his hustle, his grind. And so she's just at a place where, you know, if you haven't found a balance for me, if you haven't created priority for me, like, it's time for you to do that. Like, if we say we're on the same page, then we should be aligning on time.
Exactly. Let's see if we can get Veep to go ahead and push us into Time by Edwina Gray.
Some people don't know until you tell them. Sometimes I know I cry a lot, but I don't really wanna. Why? Yeah, and if you really thought I was that fine, I bet you wouldn't even waste my time. Check it. All you wanna do is see me in my silhouette, and when it comes to my concerns, you say, baby, don't fret. It ain't that how you willing to play with my mind. I'm tired of wasting time. You got me looking at my clock like every other second, when you know it's only you that I wanna be repping. Oh, when you put it on me like you do. Boy, you better know all I want is you. All you wanna do is see me in my silhouette, and when it comes to my concerns, you say, baby, don't fret. It ain't that how you willing to play with my mind. Wasting.
Let me talk to you. Don't think I ain't hearing what you're saying, but I've been on the road trying to get it. As soon as I make it home, you know you got my full attention. So don't stress, you know I'm gonna make you feel real good. Forgive me for all the times I didn't treat you like a real man.
All you wanna do is see me in my silhouette. And when it comes to my concerns, you say, baby, don't fret. It ain't that how you willing to play with my mind. I'm just tired of wasting time. No commas, just period. No commas, no stopping us. Just period. Just period. No commas. Just period.
You told him.
Look, if you can't give me the time, I gotta get out of line. I gotta get out of line if you can't give me the time.
Listen, but he told you back. That was a great singer. Who was that?
It is a fellow by the name of Jay Swag.
Okay. Jay Swag. Shouts out to Jay Swag. Yes. And that is a really great groove.
Oh, thank you.
Is a really great groove. I can really get the fun-loving energy that you have, you know, because you're a beautiful woman. You have great accomplishments and goals under your belt, but you still know that you are seeking something in spite of the things that you value and all of that. I definitely want to be understood. I definitely want to be loved and embraced. And this music can definitely help someone along. Like you said earlier, when you sang in church to help people, I can see that. I can really see that in the way that you still sing as an adult.
Oh,
you know?
Wow, that means a lot, like a lot.
It really does. We have someone on the comments. Jose says, it sounds good. You know, so we definitely are rooting for you and all that you do. I want to know a couple more things. I need to know your other influences. You said Whitney Houston, of course, and we're going to be looking for that pop ballad.
Be looking, because that I'm looking forward to that era.
Yes. But like growing up, who did you listen to? I know that you said you grew up listening to Whitney. What other singers, male or female, different eras? So I can say who I think it is, but when you say it, I'll be like, yes, because I can really hear you not copying, but emulating and pulling from those influences.
Okay, this is really cool because this is what people don't know, that I'm sure you're well aware of, is that that when people are placing you within playlist or radio or anything like that, they draw it 100% off of who you sound like. That is how they position you, marketing brain. Amongst that. So I used to at one point would have felt like, who do I sound like? I mean, I'm not trying. I actually 100% am not trying to sound like someone, but people have told me now enough, like who they think I sound like, that I understand it now from both sides. But you still may say something that I'm not aware of. So this is going to be fun. Okay. I just gotta say Whitney again, because I just love her so much and I love her like way more, like drastically more than anybody else you're gonna hear me say. But so Anita Baker is another one, and these are aspects of my voice that you can probably hear in the project, but you'll probably be able to hear it a lot more in a ballad. Like, that's my pretty much obsession. But Anita Baker, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu.
I can call it that. Especially with how it is in time. That's where I got that vibe as far as Jill. I really did. Like,
that's massive. That's a massive compliment, because I really, 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 when I honed in at least into like the body, because like I used to be a belter, like just like I used to belt quite a bit, and she is actually classically trained but sounds like that. So that's like where I kind of like drew in as having a love for Jill Scott. I also love jazz. I really, really love like Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday. So
that explains a lot. So Samara Joy is somebody that you listen to?
Yes, I whenever her Cynthia Erivo a lot. But Samara Joy, yes, whenever she passes through my TL, I'm always like, thumbs up, like, so good. Jasmine Sullivan is another one who I just, oh my God, her voice is so rich and robust. A male singer that I love is Luther. Huh?
I said she can go anywhere.
Oh my God. Yes, it's so many. It really is so many. I love all varieties of singers. So I put quite a value on an artist.
Any pop singers specifically that you have influence from or have admired sonically? Because I want to see what this gonna sound like with this. We know Whitney. We know Whitney is the one.
Adele for sure. Okay. I want to be the brown skin Adele. That like. Okay. I love her. I love her approach. I love her career. Like how many times have we seen her seen her sing something fast? She has like 2 or 3 fast songs out of her whole entire catalog. And she take a break and nobody don't and she come back when she want to and everybody was still waiting, so that's legendary. I love what Adele has going on.
Yeah. So we're getting to know Edwina Gray at length, right?
Yeah.
We gotta know, are there any challenges that you've overcome in your life that, of course, as a singer, I'm a poet and a creative as well. So I will say, some songs has been written about somebody and some poems has been written based off experience. I mean, of course, we know that terms and conditions is based off experience. What have you overcome that you can share with us as far as challenges in your life?
Oh, I have a plethora. But some that I feel could really like help someone. I am an overcoming anxious person. So not anxious to see outcomes specifically, but just I used to be very anxious on how people would perceive things. Like, oh, is this gonna be, or is this gonna be, so that used to kind of like block me. One huge fear I used to have was, because there's a lot of things that I really, really enjoy doing. So I used to always fear like being a Jane of all trades and a master of none, or appearing to be like, oh, what she's into now? What is she into now? What is she into now? Because I used to feel that you do lose some credibility if you're outside of your given career too much. And, you know, there's some validity to that. But in this day and age and the evolution of career, woman, business,
Yes.
you can be a multi-hyphenate now, and it'd be amazing and really, really cool. So I love that. I love that as a goal, to be able to do all these different things well. That's the key. That's the key thread. I want to do them well.
Right. Because people don't know there's another part of that phrase, because that's one of my desires, to not just delve into every little thing, but God has given me so many gifts and I don't know what to put concentration in and forego this or that. Jackie of all trades, master of none.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't really get that master of none part. And that's the disheartening part about it. But we want to be well-rounded.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like you're doing a really great job. Balancing PR and your creative niches and your aspirations to do all the things. I can't get my mind off this pop ballad. Do you have any idea how you're going to write it, or are you just waiting for the studio opportunity and the right tune to let it hit you? Or do you know what you're going to say in this song?
Yes, I'm going to let you in on a secret.
Okay.
And also, I do want to piggyback on like, basically, while I have you, I don't know how long our time together is. So can you ask me that question? Say that question again?
What exactly are you going to write about when you write this pop ballad? Like, I am over the moon about the concept with terms and conditions. When I listened to it, I had one perspective, and now I have a whole nother perspective, and now I got to go back and listen to it. Real talk, right? Because I know what each song is about now. And if you're writing like this, the pop ballad is going to be your magnum opus, in my opinion, because that's something that you so desire to do, right?
Yes. Okay, so let me ask this question first before I forget. Like, so the beauty of it is, watching us started out an acoustic, slower song.
Really?
It started out that way. But when I presented it to the beat composer, where I recorded it, you know, he ended up having his own spin on it. And I didn't have an issue with it, because I knew at some point I would record the original. So I think my pop ballad is actually going to be watching us and in its original state as an acoustic stripped down, with some keys added to it, so a little bit more storyteller. So that's going to be my pop ballad.
Okay, and then it's going to have a bridge so you can flex.
Yeah, do some interesting stuff. Yeah, so that, I would say, that's going to be my segue. I'll just say that it'll fill that void, because I feel like that people need to hear me stripped down. I feel like that's valuable, but I want people to have fun first, and directly right after, think. So,
right, exactly. One of my favorite, if you don't mind me saying, one of my favorite pop ballads is "Vanishing" by Mariah Carey.
Oh,
have you ever heard?
I don't want to lie, especially not on live. But my sister is a huge Mariah Carey fan. I haven't heard "Vanishings," or maybe I've heard it and didn't know it was called "Vanishings."
Oh, it's curly hair Mariah.
Ooh.
This is like one Mariah when she first came out, and people didn't think she could sing. and she had to come out with these songs, belting and riffing and showing out, right? And so like I want to say it's only a single piano and her and some background singers.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about stripped down in that aspect?
Yeah,
minimal instrumentation, so your voice can be heard.
Yes. So right now, all of my songs have a lot of harmonies.
Yes.
But on that one particularly, it's gonna be very raw and almost like appealing more so to the sadder side of it. Right now, it's the happier, lighter side of it. But when you hear it in its next form, it's gonna be a little bit more daunting because we're the life of the party. But like, I don't want people to be watching us. I don't want people to be in our business. Can we get on one accord enough? Like, so.
Yeah. Got you. So when you said that we're all over the place, but we're going to get back on track. You were talking about your challenges, and you were talking about how you got anxious about what you thought people's perception would be when you did what you did or do what you do. What did you do to overcome that? Because a lot of us, I think imposter syndrome is something that all of us experience as creatives one time or another. Because like, who want to hear this? I tell you, as a poet, for a long time, I was like, who want to hear this? Because a lot of my poems are really sad because I literally base my poems a lot off my life or the things that I see societally. It's a Black woman in America, or a Black child. Mm-hmm. So I've gotten happier poems. I have much more happier poems now because, life is different. I've grown.
Yes.
What did you do to overcome your anxiety to start doing what you wanted to do as a lady in a red dress on your terms?
I'm keeping really honest with you. I sat with the tears. I will tell you I had a little segment during COVID called Blues Day Tuesday, where I posted a cover every week. And I remember, I don't know if it was the first or the second posting of it, I boo-hooed because as much as I wanted to do it, I did not want to open myself up to the scrutiny. Like, I just was crippled by the possibility that it people may not dig it. So I just remember just bawling, and I didn't even know I had this much emotion about like music at all. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to grow me a new one. I am gonna have to literally carve away some of these things about myself to be able to do this. So I've been blessed to gig pretty regularly live, like for the last 2 years. So gigging has helped a lot with that, but also just a lot of inner resilience, like understand that I have the freedom also to, I dedicated X amount of time, to my career. So I am curating the lifestyle that I want. Like, I want to be able to be creative. I want to sing great songs. I want to tell great stories. So that is just now outweighing all of the other noise. I lost, just a lot of the things that I felt like I needed also to do it. Like, I thought you got to have a large group of friends because they're going to be the people that root you on, and they're going to people that share it. You need this village. Like, I kid you not, I've gotten my biggest blessings, my greatest opportunities. God will send just what you need, and he will take away what you think you need just to make sure you know that it was him. So him showing up in that way time and time again, especially in this season, I just remind myself, just like, you want this. Don't try to trick yourself out of it. You want it. You want to be able to do it. And
you're talking to me right now. I'm so sincere. Like, when I tell you, I'm so compelled to just thank you just right now for being so raw and passionate about that. Because it takes a lot for people to really realize, I'm just going to do it. I don't care who watching. I don't care I don't care. As long as God love it, I love it.
yes.
To get in that space is freedom, Edwina. And I'm so happy that you found your freedom.
Thank you. Because I didn't know how I would get there. I really, really didn't. And this is nowhere near perfection. I'm well aware of the journey ahead of me, but I'm excited for the journey, because the journey without so much of the fear is peace for me. Fear is what throws it off. Constant doubt is what throws it off. Being riddled with inadequacy is what throws it off. You know, so when you strip some of those like negative things that try to tie to you, the journey is a lot lighter. I just find myself so happy because I've worked in the field of marketing for 14 years now, and I love marketing as well. But I will tell you, I found myself in moments of just unspoken sadness. Like, I just knew I could be, I didn't know how, but I really wanted to. And so I felt very complacent, but amazing things were taking place in my career, but I just was always looking for that Easter egg. Like, can I get in there?
I got it.
Yes. And COVID-19 gave that to me. It really did. You know, it slowed the world down just enough for me to find, you know, like what that could look like.
Yeah, I think everybody, you're not alone in that. A lot of times we, you know, don't want to be amongst the status quo, but I think COVID-19 sat everybody down to think about everything, from their relationships to how they had to sit with themselves. No one ever sits with themselves long enough to know and realize, like, man, you got some stuff and you got some great things going on inside of you, but you got to get rid of this stuff. And then, I don't like my job. I actually am happy that I'm not in my job. What can I do different? You know, so many businesses were started, so many opportunities were created, and minds were changed. Yeah. Like you said, you love your job, but you realize you fell in love with the freedom to be able to continue to go forward. And that's amazing. That's something that most people, and I'll be honest, most people will never slow down enough to understand it. We pray that they will, because we want people to get to the freedom that believing in yourself and the gifts that God gave will provide us. But a lot of people won't slow down, but I am so thankful that you did, because you're a beautiful, beautiful spirited person. And I'm hoping for the best for all the things that you're doing. When can we anticipate a new album, or am I just going too hard? Do we want to enjoy
too hard, baby? Look, I already told you I'm crazy now. I'm at the crazy stage. Like, so look, I'm getting into a militant space of just really organizing my life on what it will take to manage every single piece. But I'll be recording my next project beginning recording my next project no later than November. Something else I want to just speak to while I have you on the line is my love for music and marketing. It supersedes me, you know, so as a head of marketing in A&R, I will be scouting artists. I will be helping artists with their brand journey. So that's a very beautiful thing that is taking place, where I'm able to kind of like merge those two. So in that particular space, as well as I have a really special platform that I've been working on with the very lovely Michelle Brown, and that'll be coming out very soon. That it's like artist oriented, and it's really, really gonna pin the music industry on its head, because it's going to be really, really, really supporting artists in a genuine and sincere way. So that's coming. So, I just have been blessed. Like at first, I wouldn't say that marketing was my first choice, as you know, music and theater. I wanted to double major, but by majoring in PR and marketing, I have been allotted the opportunity to walk closer to every door that I've desired, both spoken and unspoken. So getting to work with artists, I have several clients now that I work on both sides of them. Like I work on their marketing, as well as I do live entertainment for them. Shout out to CCM, Markets for Days. So it's just a lot of like awesome things taking place, but I'm just trying my best to work hard every day, put my best foot forward, and just make a lot of people proud.
Got you. So if someone is interested in the artist and repertoire side of what you do, how would they get in touch with you? Are you available on social media, or do you just like to be contacted on your website? How do we get in touch with you?
Oh, well, I am on Instagram at Edwina Gray, PRM. I'm trying to get more hip with it. I used to be an extreme stickler, which I still relatively am, because I like to isolate the time to be able to speak with you so you can have my attention. So I'm by appointment. So you can go to my website at www.ladyinthereddressblog.com. You can browse client reviews. You can browse services, and you can really enjoy yourself. My website is pretty similar in learning about me. You'll learn some things about me on there. So.
Okay. So we have just a few minutes left. I want to just give you the floor and just speak to someone who may be in your shoes or in your place or overcoming some of the things that you've overcome. Could you impart a word of wisdom to them before you leave the Figures of Speech podcast today?
I sure can. Whatever you feel in your heart, whether you have spoken it aloud, if it is something that you want to do, it is very important to know the difference between want and need. Want is very, very important, because we all have a lot of things that we need to do, but sometimes the motivation necessary to keep going is not found in a need. It's in a want. You gotta want to do it. And if you want to do it, whatever it is, if you can just back it with intention and work ethic, every day will feel more rewarding. Every day it will feel like God laid out a red carpet for you. So please find out your want to the T. Like I want it, because I had a huge issue with not wanting to admit it to myself that I wanted it. So it was when I was like, I just wanted this. I just want it. It's when I made that shift in my mind that I start being willing to do what it took to have it. So just know your wants and everything else will fall in place.
Listen, y'all heard it from the lady in the red dress, Miss Edwina Gray, PRM. We have all of your information. We will put it with this particular episode in the comments so people can find you. And Veep and I will be in touch with you. It's been a pleasure to have you on tonight. I'm Sherrita C W Delacruz. This is Edwina Gray. And this has been the Figures of Speech Talkcast.
Thank you so much. You all have a blessed evening. Follow me, please, so I can follow you back. I have something I want to tell you off air. I appreciate you all so much. This has been wonderful. Again, like I said, I learned something about myself during this. So thank you for opening the floor.
To God goes the glory. Thank you.